Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about Run movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. As the story begins, we see a woman named Tuhana. His son is in very bad condition because he was born prematurely. At this time she was in the incubator. She was also having trouble breathing, that is why Tiana was in agony seeing her daughter. She was wondering how long her daughter would remain alive in this condition. The scene cuts up and 17 years later we are shown the child. That child's name is Loy. She has grown up. Due to being born before that time, many parts of his body do not function. Besides, he is also an asthma and heart patient. To keep one's life normal one has to take many medicines. Despite all these complications, the doe is quite tolerant. She wanted to take admission in a big university, but the university did not respond to her application. In such a situation, he felt that he might have been rejected from the university. Well, we see that his mom had just returned home from grocery shopping. She becomes wobbly as soon as she gets scared, and as soon as Gregory opens the bag to take chocolates from the bag, she finds some tablets and Tiana's name inside it. She gets upset because none of her tablets are used. Then what would have happened to them? Now at night his mother comes to give him tablets. Flo notices that she was taking the same tab which came in the name of her mother. She asks, why did these tablets come in your name? She says, perhaps it is a farmer's fault. In such a situation, she silently takes medicines. Just this morning the medicines are taken out as per the recommendations on Floe. When this medicine was checked, its formula was written as trioxin. But the strange thing was that this medicine was wrapped with some other medicine's wrapper, and seeing this makes one doubt one's own wax. Yusari now quickly searches trioxin on the computer to find out the mystery. She searches for the formula written on the medicine wrapper, but today her mom's computer's internet was not working. We see that the internet was not actually turned off by Tiana, who was still standing at a distance, watching him. At this time she quietly comes to her room. Next morning, when he sees that his mother is busy in the garden, he quickly goes to her room and dials a number from her mobile phone in such a way that the other man picks up the phone. He tells her to please help me. Search for a medicine formula and tell me. This is very important for me. He does the work of the man on the other end of the phone. He tells him that tablets with a formula called trioxide are often red-colored tablets for heart patients. But the tablet that was in Loha's hand at this time was green in color. At this time he suspects that his mother is doing something wrong with him, and now he has to somehow find out the real formula of this medicine, so that he can know its side effects. That's why after thinking about it, he says at the time of dinner that it is quite time. We have not gone anywhere. Here we can go to the theater to watch a movie or take it to the theater to watch it. Someone is asking Tiana when everyone gives the house in the movie. She leaves for the washroom, but instead of going to the washroom, she goes to a nearby pharma company. While giving the medicine to a pharmacist, she says that I have to find out what is this tablet of and what are its side effects. She refuses to give him the information because this medicine was not in her mom's name. Anyone say farmers here? Actually Mare is playing wing bomb game. She has given me the task to feed this medicine to the formula tool. Please, if you help me next time I will win. Hearing this, she searches it in the form and tells. Hearing this, the farmer looks at the medicine and tells him that this medicine is used for dogs, and if a person takes these medicines, he can become paralyzed. After hearing this, she was very scared because there was no dog in her house, and her mother had been giving these tablets to her since childhood. Due to the trouble and fear of searching for him, he even had an asthma attack. She was breathing with difficulty, and by this time her mother had also come here looking for her. She makes her unconscious by giving her an injection, and then brings her to her home. When she regains consciousness, she finds that she was locked in her room and was searching on her computer before going out. How can any person be paralyzed? Here, whenever anyone wanted to get out of her room, an idea comes to her mind that she can go to another room through the window of her room and open the door of her room. She takes the hot iron rod and flows cold water inside her mouth. And she jumps out of her window. With great difficulty she reached her wax room, the window of which she first heats with an iron rod, and then throws cold water on it. She had come to this room when such a window was broken. She quickly goes out of this room and opens the door of her room. It became difficult for him to breathe again. She uses her inhaler kept in Rome, and quickly tries to come down Stair Street. But she sees that now her lift is not working, but she had to go down at any cost. He now wears his wheelchair down and then falls down the stairs. She was badly hurt at this time, but she manages to control herself, sits on the wheelchair again and goes out of the house. She was successful in getting out of the house, but whom should she ask for help? It belonged to anyone around his house. She goes out on the road and just then she hears the sound of a car. Apart from the irony, it is Tiana's car, that is why she hides in the forests. But in reality it stops in front of some truck, seeing which the truck driver stops the truck. Chloe asks Steph for help, and tells him the whole story of how her mom has been keeping him paralyzed since childhood, by giving him dog medicine. Someone also eats his cast and says that I have to go to the police station under any circumstances, or the man accepts after that. Before this he was sitting on his truck. Tiana comes from behind and asks him, "Where are you taking my daughter?" In response to which Yacht also says that your daughter feels that you are giving her wrong medicine. She wants to go to the police station against you, and I will help her in this work. Now you have lost your senses. She explains to her in many ways and tries hard to stop her. But when the man does not stop here, Tiana is forced to use the wrong path. She is unconscious here, gives this man the injection to make him unconscious, and takes Loy back safely. That means another important person has reached that dangerous life. Seeing Tiana, Loy was now kept tied with chains in her eagerness, and here she was also making a medicine, so that she could paralyze him forever. She wanted to get out of it. That's why she starts searching for some important things inside the basement, with the help of which she can get out of here. The sprite also finds some important documents here, which also included her offer letter from the university, which her mother had hidden here, which makes Koi very sad to see, because this was the biggest dream of her life, which was fulfilled by her. Broke it. After some further searching, Chloe finds hospital documents that were in her name. After looking at the documents, he comes to know that Chloe, a mature child who was born 17 years ago, had died a few hours after birth. His death certificate was also here. If that girl was killed, then who was Chloe? Chloe finds a newspaper clipping in the inner documents which contained a photo of a couple. They were crying. Chloe was born inside the hospital. On the same day, their daughter was born in the same hospital. I started watching the news that someone had kidnapped him from the hospital itself. She realizes that these people are not a real bomb, but a real bomb dad is these people. Now she wants to get out of here, but how to get out? All the roads are closed. Tiana arrives here immediately and gets scared after seeing this. She tells him to stay away. If he knows me, then he should stay with my mom only. You had kidnapped me from the hospital. I am the daughter of that couple. Hannah gets emotional after hearing all these things. Muklo is called this, so believe me, you must be my daughter. I love you very much. I will not give any such medicine in today's talk. I just want you to stay with me always. But here, when Chloe misbehaves with Tahana again, Tahana also gets angry with you. She now injects the medicine she created to paralyze Chloe. She goes into the photo, telling Toy Opet to save herself, but is unable to lock it. To save herself, she drinks a liquid due to which she had become unconscious. Rihanna felt that she had died, and at the thought of this, Tiana's condition worsened. She was crying a lot because she actually gave her daughter to Chloe. She did not want to send Chloe away from her, and she also used to give medicine to paralyze Chloe, in case she would go out to her real lovers. When the employee regained consciousness, he found himself in the hospital. He had doctors there and his stomach was being cleaned. When he looks outside Rome, Renew is standing there. She must have brought him to the hospital. Seeing him, Wednesday gets scared and calls the nurse standing nearby and gestures to her asking for a pen and a paper. But she wanted to tell the nurse something in writing. And she sees this thing outside. Tiana knew that she would tell Tikloy about the same. That's why she rings the emergency alarm of the hospital just in time. There is chaos in the hospital, and taking advantage of this, they run away with one of them. Now as soon as the nurse came into the room, she saw that no one was outside, because Chloe had asked her for a pen and paper. To tell something. Direct suspicion was now going on his wax. She quickly informs the hospital security. Here Bidiana brings him to the stairs and catches the security guard in front of Dai. Tiana also takes out her house after giving it to the security, and donates it to the security. It is said that I just want my son to go to my house, should he move out of my way. When he should have done so, the security is forced to attack him with his gun, and thus one of his shoulders gets injured. Why do the doctors do press, and it is told that 7 years have passed since the entire incident. Now she is in jail to visit her mom, Tiana, who was arrested for keeping her paralyzed for many years. We see that Chloe is still in a wheelchair, but despite that, she is able to take a few steps. She comes to her mother and tells her that she will be able to walk within some time. After leaving the medicine given by you, it came to light that Chloe had been storming off to talk to her for some time. At this time she tells Tiana that she has to complete her studies and get a good job. I am married and have also found my sleepy parents. Just kept listening silently after that. After that we see that she takes out some wrap tablets from inside her mouth. The same tablets that Tiano had been giving him all his life to keep him paralyzed, and now she was putting this medicine in his mouth. It was clear that she was taking her advice from Tiana, and that she did not want Tiana to ever come out of this jail, having now shown this. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.